Hey, it's late. Um, yeah, and I'm talking right now. As you can tell, I've just are getting over this sickness that everybody else has had. It's been fun through the Christmas holidays. Um, so I don't know how much battery I have left, so I'm just gonna go ahead and go straight into this and talk about it. And yeah, okay. So I'm talking about repeating cycles. Love, relationships, and the energy of it all, and why we keep have these reoccurring things or people or similarities happen to us, and it's kind of fitting the end of the year kind of thing, what's going to come in the next year. So I'm going to get into it, and it's like notes I wrote, so I'm just going to kind of go off those notes. So I was kind of just sitting there thinking about something that had been, I don't know, in my thoughts. About why, okay, this is a question I asked basically. Why do I continue to attract multiple mates, if you want to call it, like possibilities, right? And why is my soul desiring one, but yet I keep continuing to meet more than one? And I'm really tired of this repeating cycle. So I sat with it and I prayed about it, and I received a word. And the word that I received was courtship. And I was like, what? Courtship? What is that about? And then energy. So courtship energy. And basically the understanding that I received about it is that I'm putting off this energy, right? We all put off energy to something about ourselves. People are attracted to it or not attracted to it. Well, mine in particular is courtship. So basically what it is a feeling or an energy of not settling for just one. Meaning not settling for the traits in one particular person, learning from each encounter that I have, a date or coffee or whatever it may be, a discussion, and receiving clarity, because it's actually an opportunity, if you look at it, about clarity regarding what it is I've learned about a particular person or relationship, what I don't want and what I do want. And continuing this, energetic search that keeps going outward. And by experiencing these things, I'm not settling, right? And for one in particular, for what I've done in the past also, or what I've experienced in the past that wasn't fitting, it didn't fit with me. And when I finally can receive the clarity that I need for all of it, then I will just be with one that fits, if that makes sense. So I'm a seeker. I dig deeper, and I wasn't satisfied completely with that understanding, and I wanted to know more. So I dug a little deeper. So, when you feel that desire to be near someone, like you're drawn to them, and you really can't really wrap your mind around, why am I attracted to that person? And it's not just their physical body, right? There's something else about them. You want to be near them, or you want to know more about them. Because you feel their passion for life, for example. It's as if that person turns something on inside of you, like a switch, and they make you feel more alive and aware and awake. And when we find ourselves paired up with another like that, it's the combining and mixing of two vibrational energies. So that person's energy and your energy are combining, right? And the frequency is like two waves flowing, right? And they become in motion, they become entangled. And this encounter of pairing together can be balanced and conflicting energies. So think about people that you meet that you feel balanced with, right? You feel compatible with, but then you find another that you conflict with. It's like bam, bam, what? I can't get far enough away from you. Basically, what you need to know is that whichever it may be, this energy that you're communicating with is a mirroring of your own energy at that moment. they are a reflection of yourself. So if you're doing this, it's a reflection of something within you that's reflecting to them, and it's the same, right? And you're attracting that towards you. So if you keep attracting conflicting relationships, okay, take a look inside and go, what's happening? Why am I meeting these people, the same person in a different body every time? What is happening? So I kind of like dug deeper into it and understanding it all. So your spiritual vibration is immediately accessible to anyone who meets you. It's the one that's most immediately felt, or with another person. And what that involves, your spiritual vibration, basically is your charm and your charisma, right? Like some people will say, "Oh my God, they have so much charm," or their charisma, their personality is just so inviting, right? Or their smile or their stare. And what maintains steady interest longer than just that outward look, that outward appearance. Something else is attracting you to them. A feeling of being drawn to that person, to someone. A feeling that you truly aren't able to explain. The world portrays physical attraction as the main compatible factor of a relationship. And it really isn't. It's the world that portrays that. It's the view that we see through the world's eyes that attract us to that physical part of that person. Your spiritual vibration, though, is peace within and about yourself and your world. So it's how you feel, and that's what they're attracted to. Your spiritual beliefs, for instance, or your love for life, or your lack of love for life. Your mental vibration is your thoughts, your judgments, and your belief systems. And your physical vibration is what you do to your body. So it's the food you eat, it's the drugs or alcohol that you usage that you intake, it's exercise or lack of, it's your sexuality, that energy that you put out, the mental and your emotional state. That is a sum of all of your physical vibration. Your emotional vibration are your feelings, the past, the present, what you carry with you, what you've let go of, what you haven't, the triggers within you, your hurts, your burdens, your struggles. So light is shining when you meet that person, that attraction, and light is shining, showing you both that this attraction that is there is representing an area or areas that need attention. So if you keep repeating the same cycle and the same type of relationship keeps like attracting to you, that's why. Because you really need to look at that light that's shining and reflecting and mirroring so that you don't keep repeating the same cycle over and over and over again with the same type of person. And some parts within are you're relating to one another. So this pull to one another is like a piece of a puzzle that you've been searching for. And you get that next piece and you're like, I got the next piece. It fits, right? But it might fit for just a brief time because then that something in there is mirroring that you need to look at so you can really get the next piece. Because if you keep just attracting the same people, you keep getting the same pieces and you're never going to get anywhere. So the physical aspect of it is more about how you feel when they are with you and how you feel with them. This attraction leads to the wholeness of your being with that person. If you don't feel whole with that person, if you don't feel healthy with that person, then you might want to like change it up and if that keeps happening, you're just keep repeating that same cycle. You're not looking and you're not paying attention to that light that's reflecting. Healthy relationships start with awareness of each other's energy, creating harmony, balance, a tuning inward, right? You feel tuned into that person. You can talk with them for hours or be with them for hours and like time disappears. The deeper togetherness. So I'm going to give you this metaphor that I read tonight. It's called the piano metaphor. A standard piano has 88 keys. with a piano key. Okay, let's start over. So a standard piano has 88 keys. And when a piano key is pressed, a hammer flies up inside the body of the piano and strikes the strings within the piano that correspond to that note. The note then produces an audible vibration. In this concept of activating certain qualities in a person, you are able to strike a key that then invokes a certain response, an emotion, quality, or behavior in a person. The note that they are sounding is in response to the key that you are striking. So pay attention. Different people can activate you differently. Different qualities, different wounds, different hurts, different behaviors. Each new personal encounter can be like a whole new world. It's a whole new sound, right? When that key strikes. So here's another example. Okay, so let's say I'm hearing all my girlfriends talking, right? And I might be just a step away from them. I hear all talking about a certain particular guy. And they have had an encounter with, they've had a date with, or something that they've learned about this person. And they're all gossiping and talking about him. And they're all saying that he's self-centered, insensitive. And I'm just talking about guys, but girls, this is the same thing. You know, girls can be talking about a guy, guys can be talking about a girl. They're saying he's self-centered, insensitive, narcissistic, and basically horrible to women, right? And to stay away from him. But I'm hearing this and I'm going, what are they talking about? Because what I'm hearing is something completely different from my own experience with him. I describe him maybe like as a gentleman and attentive and caring and generous and respectful. And the man that I experienced was completely different from who they described. I'm like, who are they describing? But what I now understand is that though, like different women, or in another sense, it could be different men, can activate the same person differently. Okay? So their energy is different. Some we encounter will and can keep activating those same areas, those same qualities, striking the same keys that in our hearts, right? Or in our body, whatever it may be, our emotional state. And they keep striking and they keep striking and they keep striking it. And you're like, oh, I don't want any more of this relationship stuff. I'm tired of it. I give up on it. I'm never going to find it, right? I'm never going to find the right person. It's because we're not tuned in right. And we keep attracting the wrong frequency, the wrong vibration. But we have the ability to turn on or off certain qualities and behaviors. And if you step into your own awareness, you can identify the areas you need to grow and develop and work. The work that you need to do so that you won't keep attracting the same stuff over and over again. So removing the mask, right? And learning to be real. Paying attention to your intuition, your truth, your wisdom, unhealthy choices, the toxic relationships that you've experienced, that you stay too long in because it's comfortable. And silencing your voice because you don't want to hurt their feelings or offend them. Becoming passive, compromising. Just pay attention to like what tone that you are setting for your relationships, for that, your spiritual vibration, your personal vibration, your your emotional state, all of it, and your physical vibration, because they all add up to something that's going to attract something that's out there. And what are you attracting? Because if you're tired, like I'm tired, for those of you that are looking out there for relationships or whatever it may be, and you decide to give up, and or you keep getting all these different ones, and it's confusing, and you don't know which direction to go in, pay attention to what you're putting out there and what you're receiving, and what you're tolerating, and what love lies are you continuing to believe? Because if all your life you've learned about love the wrong way, you've learned about love, you've witnessed love through your eyes, right? You've perceived it as love, but it truly wasn't love. It was broken, and it was half of love, or it was hurtful love, or love doesn't hurt though. It's the person giving it to you that is hurting you. Remember that. Pay attention to it, because it really does matter. If you just have to switch it, right? You can't let that same person keep striking that same key over and over and over and over again, because you're going to become so out of tune that your energy that you're putting out there is not even attracting what it is that you truly desire, because you're all messed up inside. You got to get aligned. You got to let go of stuff and clean stuff out. So don't continue to believe the love lies that are lies within that are not true, and work on your energy for this next year. And remember this: you cannot stand on what's broken beneath you. You cannot stand on that brokenness, and you have to learn to trust love again. The right love, the love that truly connects with you, that makes you want to be around it, that makes you want to learn more from it, to grow from it, to become better. If you're in a relationship and you are not able to grow, and you have become just dead weight, and you are unhappy and you're miserable, and you don't even trust your own self anymore, and who are you? Who are you truly? What are you doing? Pay attention to who you are and what you're putting out there, because stop attracting what's wrong and what's not right and what's not whole. Because if you keep being half of who you are, you're going to keep attracting half. You're never going to get to the whole part, the true part. So my wish for all of you going into 2018 is work on yourself and put out the right stuff, and don't settle for things that what you don't want. Don't be half of who you are, because you're only going to receive half of who that person is that's coming to you. So work on being whole, and I hope you all get to that place in the next year. Bye. Thanks for listening in this late time. Good night.